My wife said she never feels turned on. Then her sister walked in and said, "Then let me." Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you for joining us today. We've got a brand new story to share with you. So, let's begin. My name is Ryan. When my wife Rebecca kept complaining that she never felt turned on, she had no idea what her sister, who was staying with us, would say to her about this complaint, and it left everyone speechless. I met Rebecca, the woman who would later become my wife, through what I like to call an old school setup, something my aunt arranged. It was just a quiet suggestion from a family member who knew us both well enough to think these two might just work. She told me Rebecca was a good person, level-headed and decent, but also added almost like a warning that she was very reserved. Reserved in the sense that she preferred to keep to herself, avoided crowds, and wasn't much for small talk. My aunt even said that her isolated nature was probably why past relationships hadn't lasted long. She didn't go out much, didn't do social stuff, and had trouble connecting with people who expected a bubbly personality. Now, why would my aunt think I was the right person for someone like that? Simple. Because I'm quiet, too. I'm not antisocial, but I'm far from a people person. I've always been the kind of guy who'd rather sit at home with a book than go to a party. I can sit next to someone for hours and not say a word and still feel like we spent quality time together. My family thinks that's weird. And maybe it is, but that's how I've always been. I've never craved excitement or noise. I value stillness. So, in my aunt's mind, pairing me with Rebecca made perfect sense. Two quiet people, low maintenance, no drama. I didn't know what to expect when I agreed to meet her. I wasn't nervous, but I wasn't overly eager either. It was just one of those let's see how it goes kind of situations. We went out for coffee, and honestly, it was a bit awkward at first. We talked, but there were plenty of silent pauses in between. There were moments when neither of us felt the need to force conversation. Some might find that dull, but to me, it felt natural. She didn't try too hard. I didn't either. We both let the moment be what it was. And by the end of that first meeting, we agreed to see each other again. We didn't dive straight into a relationship. We kept things simple, checked in with each other, shared little things. Slowly, we built a friendship. For over 6 months, we got to know each other layer by layer. I learned that she liked classical music and couldn't stand reality TV. She found comfort in routines and loved the rain. She learned that I liked long walks without a destination and spent way too much time organizing my bookshelves. As time passed, we began to complement each other more naturally without forcing it. Eventually, I asked her to be my girlfriend. I still remember how hesitant she was, like she wasn't sure she'd be enough for me. She asked, "What if you get bored with me?" After a month, I laughed and told her no, that I genuinely liked her because she was her. That was enough for me. We dated for a while. There wasn't a lot of drama, no fiery passion or loud fights, just quiet affection, respect. We had family and friends supporting us, people who rooted for our calm kind of love. And when it felt right, we got married. We thought that knowing each other deeply before the wedding would make the transition into marriage smooth, maybe even easy. But we were wrong about that part. There were things neither of us saw coming. I honestly believed that things would shift, especially when it came to intimacy. I thought the comfort we had built while dating, the quiet understanding between us would naturally grow into something deeper, something more connected physically and emotionally. We already knew each other well, so I assumed marriage would just make everything smoother. But I couldn't have been more wrong about that. Looking back, I can admit now that even during our dating phase, intimacy was never really strong between us. It wasn't something I wanted to admit at the time because